They say some places don't just leave an impression. They settle into your spirit like warmth after rain. Malaysia doesn't dazzle with grandeur alone. It speaks in layers. Through the misty stillness of highland tea fields, the echo of call to prayer across city rooftops, the scent of spices curling from street stalls at twilight. This is not a land that demands attention. It draws you in. Not loud, not hurried, just generous, enough to let you listen. In Penang, colors spill down the facades of Georgetown, where murals bloom between colonial shutters and heritage houses. The streets aren't just walked, they're tasted. Laksa steam clings to the air like a memory you can hold. You turn a corner, and history greets you not in silence, but in spice and laughter. To the east, the jungles of Borneo breathe in slow rhythm. In Sabah and Sarawak, the rainforest doesn't boast. It lives, ancient and alert. Orangutans swing between centuries-old trees. The calls of hornbills carry across emerald canopy. And in the longhouses of indigenous villages, stories move not through books, but through rhythm, dance, and the gaze of elders who speak with their presence. Up in the Cameron Highlands, tea grows in neat, endless waves. The morning fog doesn't just roll, it rests like a soft exhale from the hills. Here, time doesn't push, it waits. In every cup of warm brew, in every path through mossy forest, in every moment where breath meets cool air and you remember what stillness feels like. Langkawi rises like a dream from the sea. Jagged cliffs, turquoise shallows, waterfalls hidden between folds of rainforest. You don't explore this place to conquer it. You glide into it. Kayak between mangroves. Float beneath limestone arches. Watch the sun disappear into water without needing to say a word. In Malacca, stories aren't behind glass. They live in motion. Rickshaws glow at night like lanterns come to life. Riverbanks whisper of sultans and spice traders, temples and tricolor shophouses. And as you stand before a red brick church or a gold-trimmed shrine, you see how layers of culture don't replace. They build upon one another. And in Kuala Lumpur, the skyline gleams, but behind the shine, there is soul. Morning prayers rise beside MRT lines. Skyscrapers stretch above kopitiams, where uncles sip kopi and exchange quiet wisdom. Bukit Bintang hums with energy, but step into a mosque courtyard or a market back alley, and you find something deeper, the balance between motion and meaning. This is not a country of noise, but of notes. Not contrast, but chords, where every flavor, every texture, every landscape speaks to one truth. You belong if you're willing to be present. These are places that linger, not for what they show you, but for what they change in you. Where warmth isn't just weather, it's welcoming. Where diversity isn't decoration, it's depth. And where travel isn't escape, but invitation. And once you've listened, truly listened, you never really leave. Not Malaysia. Not what it gave you. Not the way it taught you to see. Sometimes the most extraordinary places don't rise up to greet you. They wait beneath the surface, hidden in hush, shimmering in silence. Mabul Island is one of those hidden wonders. floating just off the coast of Borneo like a tiny dream anchored in the Celebes Sea, wrapped in reef and whisper. There are no roads here, just coral paths beneath your feet and oceanic highways beneath your fins. Life doesn't move fast on Mabul. It drifts, like the tides, like the turtles, like the sun, lazily spilling its gold over stilts and palms. By day, the island feels like a painting in motion. Fishermen mend their nets in rhythmic silence, while children laugh and dive from wooden piers into water so clear it seems lit from within. Bahau Laut, the sea gypsies, live in harmony with the ocean, their stilt houses rising like poetry above the tide. But it's beneath the waves where Mabul truly speaks. This is one of the world's great macro-diving meccas, a place where the smallest creatures hold the loudest stories. Flamboyant cuttlefish ripple in neon colors, frogfish blink slowly from their camouflage, and nudibranchs, like living jewels, crawl the sea floor in slow, sacred procession. The reefs here aren't just beautiful, they're sacred scrolls. Every coral branch, every feather star, every shy mandarin fish is a verse in the ocean's living scripture. And just beyond the reef lies Sipadan, a vertical cathedral of life where barracuda swirl like galaxies and sea turtles drift past like ancient spirits. Mabul is not built for crowds or clocks. It's for those who listen with more than their ears and see with more than their eyes. Come sunset, the island doesn't darken. It glows. Lanterns flicker, the sea turns to ink, and the stars, oh, the stars. They bloom like bioluminescence in the sky, as if the ocean has risen to meet the heavens. But places like Mabul are fragile. They aren't just threatened by waves, but by us, by indifference, by hurry, by greed. So we tread softly. We leave nothing but bubbles, and we protect the silence that allows such beauty to exist. Mabul Island isn't for everyone. It doesn't demand. It waits. For those willing to slow down, to float, to feel. And if you seek places like this, where the world speaks in whispers and even the tiniest creature tells a cosmic tale, then journey with us into the unseen corners of the earth. There are places that feel like dreams you once had, soft, cool, and lingering, long after you've woken up. Cameron Highlands is one of those places. Not a location on a map, but a breath of fresh air in the lungs of a hurried world. It begins with a hush, not silence, but serenity. The kind you only hear in highlands touched by clouds, where the breeze carries the scent of tea and moss, and every leaf glistens like it just spoke with the sky. Here, in the mist-veiled hills of peninsular Malaysia, time moves differently. Roads wind like lazy rivers. Sunlight breaks through fog like a forgotten memory. And the earth is always alive, with color, with flavor, with stories. Rolling tea plantations stretch like green velvet across the slopes. Bo and Barat, weaving waves of green that ripple with the wind. Workers in wide-brimmed hats pluck leaves with centuries of rhythm. Sip a cup here, and you're tasting cloud-filtered sun, mountain rain, and 1,000 quiet dawns. Then there are the mossy forests, ancient, tangled, enchanted, where gnarled trees wear coats of lichen and roots spill across trails like secrets. Every step into Gunung Brincang is a step deeper into a fable. Markets burst with strawberries and smiles, highland vegetables, lavender-scented soaps, and honey drawn from jungle hives. In Tringkap, Tanah Rata, and Brincang, the air is cooler, but the warmth is everywhere. In the food, the faces, the slow rhythm of mountain life. Some places feel less like destinations and more like gentle dreams you never quite wake from. Langkawi is one of those dreams, drifting just off the coast of Malaysia, cradled in the Andaman Sea like a secret the earth is still trying to keep. It doesn't shout for your attention. It hums, like waves brushing against white sand or wind curling through rainforest leaves. Not in spectacle, but in softness. Not in skyscrapers, but in stillness. The island unfolds in layers. Rice paddies shimmer in the morning light, and water buffalo graze beneath coconut palms. Jungles rise quietly from the heart of the land, their green canopy sheltering secrets older than memory. Above it all, the Langkawi sky bridge floats like a whisper suspended in clouds, offering a view that silences even the most restless hearts. Out at sea, limestone cliffs leap from the water, and mangrove forests breathe at the edge of ancient estuaries. Kayak through these waterways, and the world grows hushed. Kingfishers flash like blue fire, macaques peer from tangled vines, and the roots of the island's soul seem to pulse beneath you. Langkawi is not just wild, it's woven. Woven from legends of warrior princesses and cursed fields, from the song of the rainforest cicadas, from the way locals serve laksa by the roadside with a smile that needs no translation. And when the sun slips low, it doesn't set. It melts into the sea, leaving streaks of amber and coral across the sky, while the calls of hornbills echo like lullabies in the trees. Nights here aren't just dark, they're infinite. 1,000,000 stars bloom above the island, and the sound of waves becomes your only companion. But Langkawi, like all delicate things, walks a fine line. Tourism, unchecked, can unravel the harmony it holds, where jungle meets ocean, where silence meets wonder. So we tread lightly. We listen. We protect what cannot speak for itself. Langkawi isn't just a place you visit. It's a rhythm you fall into, a hush you carry home. It's not seen, it's felt. And if you long for places like this, where nature sings softly, where stories sleep beneath every stone and wave, then follow us into the unseen corners of the earth. Some places are not entered. They are absorbed, like mist into skin, like silence into breath. Borneo's rainforest is one of those places. Not a destination, but a living heartbeat, humid, humming, untamed. It begins with the sound. Not thunder, though the clouds often break open like drums, but the layering of life, cicadas shrieking like electric wires, gibbons calling across the canopy, leaves whispering ancient secrets into the wind. This is one of the oldest rainforests on Earth, over 130 million years old. Older than the Amazon, older than the Himalayas. It stretches across Malaysia, Brunei, and Indonesia, veiled in green and mystery. Here, time thickens like the air. Every step forward is a descent inward. Moss cushions the forest floor, while above, branches braid into sky-spanning cathedrals. Then, movement. A flash of orange fur, the orangutan, Borneo's guardian spirit, moving slowly, deliberately, like a monk in a suspended monastery. In the shadows, a pygmy elephant vanishes before your eyes, and beneath your feet, horned frogs mimic leaves, as if evolution itself were playing games. In Danam Valley, science bows to wonder. Researchers walk softly, chasing butterflies older than memory. At night, the forest comes alive with constellations of fireflies, like stars that chose to live low. The rivers carry myths. Kinabatangan, brown and winding, mirrors the sky only when still. Proboscis monkeys leap from branches like awkward acrobats, and crocodiles laze with ageless patience. But Borneo's magic isn't only in its creatures. It lives in the mist that curls around limestone peaks, in the sacred caves where paintings outlast paper, in the way the rain doesn't fall. It surrounds, it envelops, it baptizes. Even silence isn't empty here. In Gunung Mulu, the caves breathe with ancient rhythm. And in the canopy walkways, suspended high above the jungle, your steps become whispers in the wind. Yet this place is fragile. Logging scars still run deep, but hope grows too. In the hearts of local tribes, in the voices of conservationists, in every seed dropped by hornbills overhead. Some places don't call you with noise, they lure you with silence, with softness, like the sea whispering secrets only your soul can hear. Kapas Island is one of those places, not marked by grandeur, but by grace. The kind that slips between your fingers like sunlight on salt water. It begins with a color, a turquoise so tender it feels like the sky melted into the sea. The kind of blue that doesn't just calm the eyes, it calms the pulse. Off the east coast of peninsular Malaysia, just a short boat ride from Marang, Kapas is a forgotten melody, soft, simple, pure. The kind of island that doesn't ask you to do anything, just be. The beaches here don't boast, they breathe. Fine white sand cradles your footprints only for a moment before the tide kisses them away. Palm trees lean like old friends, swaying gently in a rhythm older than language. And time? Time doesn't pass. It rests beside you. Beneath the water's glassy surface, a vibrant world pulses quietly. Coral gardens teeming with clownfish, parrotfish, and dancing rays of sunlight. Snorkeling feels like prayer. Every breath through the mask, a meditation. There are no resorts stacked sky high here. No loud bars, no traffic, no rush. Just a handful of humble chalets where fans whir softly at night and crickets take over the soundtrack. The moonlight filters through mosquito nets and dreams drift in with the sea breeze. You'll find quiet trails through jungle thickets, monitor lizards darting into shade, and hibiscus blossoms painting the green in crimson brush strokes. And as the sunset spills gold over the water, you'll realize Kapas doesn't dazzle. It dissolves. It melts your tension. It softens your edges. It reminds you what it means to be still, to be small, to be fully here. But this fragile beauty is no accident. It is a gift we must tread gently upon. Climate shifts, pollution, careless tourism, they threaten this dream, and dreams this delicate deserve our care. Some places don't call your name. They whisper through salt winds, in the rhythm of waves brushing white sand, in footprints erased softly by the sea. Welcome to Perhentian Islands, where the world slows to the beat of the tide, and silence speaks the loudest truths. Here, the ocean isn't just blue. It's 1,000 shades of surrender. From Perhentian Bazaar's tranquil shores to Perhentian Kessel's bohemian hum, every ripple carries a promise you are exactly where you need to be. Wake with the sun, not to alarms, but to bird song and breeze. Slip into the sea, not for sport, but for stillness. Swim alongside turtles that glide like time and shoals of fish that shimmer like scattered light. There are no grand monuments here, no ancient walls, only coral kingdoms, cathedrals beneath the surface, where parrotfish and reef sharks share a silent, sacred world. On land, everything breathes ease. Wooden chalets tucked beneath coconut palms, paths carved not in concrete, but in sand and memory. Locals who smile with eyes unburdened by urgency. By sunset, the island glows amber. Not from cities, but from bonfires crackling on the beach, where strangers become companions, under skies stitched with stars. Dinner isn't reserved. It's caught fresh that morning. Grilled fish kissed with lime, served with laughter and the soft strum of a guitar under moonlight. In Perhentian, days aren't spent. They drift like the tide, like dreams you never have to wake from. This isn't just a destination. It's a pause, a chance to remember how little we need, to feel truly full. So come, walk barefoot into the unseen places of the earth. Let Perhentian be your exhale. Not every paradise is loud. Some whisper with waves painted in hues of coral and sky, where silence is salted and time forgets to tick. Welcome to Tioman Island. Malaysia's emerald secret adrift in the South China Sea, where turquoise tides brush golden sands and jungle-cloaked hills rise like ancient guardians. This is not just an island. It's a daydream made real. A place where fishermen hum lullabies to the horizon and reef fish flicker like confetti beneath the surface. Dive beneath Tioman's glassy veil and discover an entire world in bloom. Corals that bloom like underwater gardens, sea turtles drifting with quiet grace, and schools of fish that shimmer like sunlit sequins. On land, the jungle pulses with life. Trails wind through thick canopies, where dusky leaf monkeys peek from behind branches, and the call of hornbills echoes across ancient trees. Villages like Tekek and Journ hug the coastline, offering coconut smiles and warm rice mornings. Children chase each other on wooden docks, while elders sip stories into the sea breeze. The mountain, Gunung Kajang, rises at the island's heart like a sleeping god, its peak wrapped in mystery and cloud, whispering legends older than maps. In the hush of dusk, the shoreline turns to gold, and the sea sings lullabies to the moon. Stars spill across the sky like scattered pearls, while bonfires crackle in quiet corners of the beach. Tioman doesn't demand. It offers tranquility, wonder, and a return to something beautifully simple. So come, not just to escape, but to awaken. Sometimes wonder doesn't lie in distant peaks or hidden shores, but in a city where centuries breathe beneath your feet, where walls remember and rivers still whisper in many tongues. Malacca, not just a destination, but a timeless conversation between empires, cultures, and the sea. Here, the past isn't buried. It stands beside you. In the weathered stones of Formosa, in the vibrant stalls of Yonker Street, in the quiet dignity of a mosque's minaret, rising near a temple's curved roof. Wander the narrow lanes, and you'll feel it. How Chinese, Indian, Malay, and European threads are stitched into every corner. Peranakan homes with their carved doors and painted tiles, the scent of spices and incense, the echo of distant gongs and church bells sharing the same air. The Malacca River, once a lifeline for merchants and explorers, now drifts softly through the city, reflecting a patchwork of murals, lights, and forgotten tales. Take a boat beneath bridges adorned with creeping vines, and it feels like slipping through a storybook whose pages are still being turned. At dusk, Christ Church glows, its red facade catching the last breath of sun. Nearby, rickshaws sparkle with neon flare, a kaleidoscope of nostalgia and joy. But listen deeper. Beyond the market bustle, beyond the tourist chatter, Malacca murmurs in languages both spoken and silent. It speaks of cloves and cardamom, of maps drawn by starlight, of love letters written in fading scripts. Night brings a quiet magic. Lanterns float like dreams above the river. Street performers sing of old heartbreaks and new hopes, and in every alleyway time seems to slow. Not to stop, but to let you notice. Malacca doesn't demand your awe. It earns it, with every layered detail, with every soul who has called it home. Because this city, it isn't just part of history. It is history, still living, still humming, still beautiful. And if you're drawn to places where memory and moment walk hand in hand, where the old world still lingers in the light of the new, then follow us into the unseen corners of the earth. Not all journeys begin with motion. Some start with a scent of spice, a flicker of color on a crumbling wall, a melody played in a back alley where history never truly sleeps. Welcome to Penang, where every corner tells a tale and every tale wears 1,000 flavors. In Georgetown, the air hums with nostalgia. Not the kind locked in glass, but the kind that lives. In street murals that breathe with the walls. In tuk-tuks weaving through alleys of incense and curry. Walk slowly. Past rows of heritage shop houses painted in soft decay, past antique shops crammed with porcelain ghosts, past strangers who smile like they've known you before. Here, the past isn't behind you. It walks beside you, hand in hand with today. At sunrise, find your way to Kek Loksai Temple, where golden Buddhas and crimson pillars rise above a sea of tiled roofs and prayer flags. Lanterns sway in the breeze, whispers of faith dancing in the mountain air. And then, the food. No place feeds the soul like Penang. Savor char kway teow, smoky and tender, crunch into a perfect roti canai, or let Penang laksa burn its sweet fire into memory. Every bite is a passport, every stall a storyteller. Beyond the city, hills roll toward sky. Take the Penang Hill funicular, and from the summit, watch the island exhale. Its coastline coiled in silver, its forests draped in mist. Down below, the sea waits. Calm, constant, as if keeping secrets with the breeze at Batu Feringhi, where waves hush your thoughts, and the sun lingers just a little longer. In Penang, nothing shouts, but everything speaks. It's a place not just seen, but felt in the chest, in the taste buds, in the way it never quite lets you go. So come, wander with us into the unseen places of the earth. Let Penang unfold like a slow poem. Some wonders don't rise with fanfare. They wait in stillness, carved from earth and faith, rising from shadow into sudden awe. Batu Caves is one of those places. Not a monument, but a moment, where limestone cliffs cradle devotion, and silence echoes louder than sound. Just outside Kuala Lumpur, the city gives way to jungle, and then to myth. At the foot of the towering cliffs stands Lord Murugan, golden and resolute, the world's tallest statue of this Tamil deity. He doesn't gaze down, he watches forward, as if inviting you not just to look, but to climb. Up 272 vibrant steps, each a breath closer to something beyond sight. Monkeys chatter, wind shifts, and halfway through the ascent, the city slips away behind you. You enter a different realm. Inside the main cave, Temple Cave, the ceiling soars like a cathedral of stone. Sunlight spills through an opening high above, illuminating shrines like divine stage lights. Pigeons flutter past gods carved from ancient stories, while prayers burn slowly in incense smoke. But Batu Caves isn't just a place of worship, it's a landscape of layers. Below, in Dark Cave, nature tells its own tale. Prehistoric rock formations, rare spiders, and silence untouched by centuries. Each echo there feels older than language. And once a year during Thaipusam, devotion spills into spectacle. Pilgrims walk barefoot for miles, some carrying kavadi, ornate, weighted frames, in penance and gratitude. It is intense. It is sacred. It is a reminder that faith isn't always quiet. Sometimes it pulses with color and courage. Not all wonders are hidden in wilderness or etched in ancient stone. Some rise from silence, deliberate, symmetrical, serene. They stand in still waters, mirroring the sky, the stars, and the vision of a nation's future. Welcome to Putrajaya, Malaysia's city of grace and geometry, where architecture becomes poetry, and calmness is carved into every curve of its design. Here, mosques bloom like lotus flowers over lakes. The Putra Mosque, bathed in rose hues, whispers verses to the wind, its reflection floating like a prayer on Putrajaya Lake. Nearby, the Seri Wawasan Bridge stretches with elegance, a thread of steel and light, a connection between earth, sky, and possibility. Stroll along quiet boulevards where government buildings don't impose but inspire, a harmony of Islamic motifs and modern dreams. Green parks breathe between marble and glass, offering shade, silence, and lotus-filled ponds, where time lingers in stillness. In Taman Botani, the rainforest meets symmetry. Orchids bloom beside bamboo groves, and tropical trees stand like guardians of balance. The air hums softly, carrying scents of frangipani and the hush of leaves falling like thoughts.
you.